Hey, I want to welcome everybody to Steel City Sports World. Luther Dupree. I got my partner, as always, Smoker Jim Frazier in the house. How you feel, Smoker Jim? All right, all
I feel
right,
great, Lou.
all right, man. Claudio may join us, may not. Hope everything goes well. But always got to give a big shout out to Claudio again. Give us a call. We'll flash the number on the screen. But this is our NFL draft. We just had the NFL draft, and nobody does it better than Smoking Jim. You know, he's going to get us started off right now with the Steel City News. What you got for us, Smoking Jim?
Hey, thanks, Luther. No disclaimer.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Always got
Anyhow,
to put disclaimer. Yeah, yeah. The words you're about to hear reflect Smoking Jim. They don't reflect me or anybody else who's going to call the show. It's all Smoking Jim. Go ahead, Jim. What you got for us?
hey, thanks, Luther. Want to send out a shout out to the Steel City Sports World Nation and congratulate Luther Dupree on a well-deserved award. He got one of the finest, men in Pittsburgh. Not only a business guy, but a family man and a pillar of the community. And I just want to let Luther know that I hope he enjoys that award because he ain't never getting in the City League Hall of Fame. Luther, along with Curtis Martin,
Oh, that ain't right,
Jimmy,
Jim.
Jimmy Lincoln, Russell Freeman, Big Cat Williams, Dwight Clay, had the shot that was heard around the world, but he'll never hear his name in the City League Hall of Fame. But hey, Lou, speaking of reverse discrimination,
Oh God.
again, no white cornerbacks drafted in the National Football League. This is 20 years and counting since a white man been able to play cornerback in the National Football League. Every general manager I asked, every head coach I asked, every scout I asked, they told me the reason that they won't draft a white guy to play corner is because he got stiff hips. Then the Pittsburgh Steelers go get Mark Gilbert, who basically had hip replacement surgery. You know what I mean? The Pittsburgh Steelers won't draft Whitey, but they got, two gun Justin Lane, a 6'4", 150-pound cornerback who was driving in Cleveland illegally, had illegal drugs, illegal guns. He never seen a tackle he wanted to make. The NFL won't draft a white cornerback, but they'll draft Artie Burns. Hey, listen, Lou. The best four linebackers in Pittsburgh Steelers history: T.J. Watt, Jack Ham, Jack Lambert, Andy Russell, all white. But the Pittsburgh Steelers did not draft one white linebacker. The best player in Pittsburgh Steelers history, Big Ben Roethlisberger, is white. But the Pittsburgh Steelers did not draft one single white player in this year's draft. I'm not here to hate. I'm just shooting straight. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't want to be great. They just want to be 8-8-1.
Okay, smoking Jim Frazier. So if they drafted more white cornerbacks and white linebackers, they would have a better record. That's what you saying, really, Jim?
Well, well, Dick LeBeau, Jack Butler is two white cornerbacks in the Hall of Fame. Jack Butler, one of the greatest Steeler football players of all time, playing cornerback here.
All right, smoking Jim. There you have it again. Number to call 412-552-3043. I want to talk about my man LeBron James. Listen, this guy catches heat. I don't know why. Anything he says, it's criticism. He makes a statement about somebody getting shot. Now every cop in America is after him. He makes a statement saying his knee, he'll never be 100%. People say Michael Jordan would have never said that. Kobe would have never said that. The man is his 18th year, and all he does is win championships, lead great teams, and be a great role model for the youth. Listen, he's one of the greatest players ever. By the time he's finished, he will be the first player, 40,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists, and he will go down in my book probably as the greatest player in history. Leave a man alone. He's great at what he does. He's injured now, but watch him come back from this high ankle sprain and lead the Lakers maybe to back to back if Anthony Davis starts showing some heart, as Smoking Jim always likes to say. Hey, number to call 412-552-3043. Give us a call. Let us
Hey,
know
look,
what you think about the draft. Go ahead, Smoking Jim.
hey, maybe LeBron should shut up and dribble.
Oh, here you go. Hey, no, he needs to keep doing what he's doing, breaking records, getting championships. That's what I want. That's what I want to happen. All right, hey, we got a first call. We got my man Sean. Sean is the first one calling Smoking Jim. Sean, what's going on? You on the show?
Not much. Just, I'm on live right now.
You're on live right now. You hearing Smoking Jim?
Hey, Sean.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How's it going?
We're good. We're good, man. What you got for us, Sean?
I went up to Cleveland last weekend for the NFL draft. I had a real good time up there last weekend.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Cool.
Yeah, it was just cold as all get up there. It's just ridiculous how cold it gets on that lake, but it was a good time. Like the way they had it set up. They had a little fan fest, so you could go there with your family or go there by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good setup. Hopefully, one year Pittsburgh gets to do it, host it. I know next year it's going to be in Las Vegas because they didn't have it there last year due to COVID. So Vegas will be very interesting, and then the year after that, it'll be in Kansas City, so you can get some good barbecue out there.
Right.
The strippers in Vegas, I guess you go out Vegas to gamble and get the good barbecue in Kansas City the following year.
Hey, Sean. Hey, Sean. Did you do like Michael Vick and run the 40?
Michael Vick's passing some people that are still professional, that are trying to make the NFL now. And what is he, in his 40s?
Yeah, definitely, man. What do you get, a 4.7 Smoking Jim?
Yeah, he was 2 steps ahead of Paris Ford.
Oh man, come on, leave Paris alone, man. Leave Paris alone. You ain't right at all, man. Listen, he's with the Rams, though. Hopefully it works out for the young man. You know what I mean? Sean, you have any thoughts?
I hope he goes out there and do what he needs to do. He's one thing I learned from John Calipari. You go to college to be a professional,
right?
And his goal all along is to make it to the NFL. It don't matter if you're the first pick of the draft, if you're Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of the draft, or you're an undrafted free agent.
Right.
He's on a team. Due to the salaries of the Rams, he has a real good shot at making a team. He has to not worry about his 40 time. His 40 time's always going to hang over his head the rest of his life. There's nothing he can do about it. What he can do is go out there and make that team. Right. Look at the numbers. Look at the salary structure of the team. He has a real good shot if he puts his head down and do his work, because they have so many high-priced salary players like Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, and Jalen Ramsey. Some minimum wage players are going to have to make the team. And what he has to learn is, now I got to earn my way onto an NFL roster. If any money I want to make, I got to make it on a second contract.
Right. Man, it was
right.
It was.
I agree. I agree 100% with Sean. I think that Paris Ford was going to be a steal for anybody that got him. I like that situation with the Rams. Guy's just a pure football player. A lot of people think that the 40, you can just roll out of bed and run. You still got to practice to run it. He's a 4.6, 4.5 guy when he's on, but he got football speed. He's a heck of a player. He can catch, he can cover, and he loves to hit ever since his Garfield Gator days. So the Rams got a steal right there.
Right. Definitely agree.
Yes, I just hope he learns from whatever he's doing, and he knows what he needs to do. He got to get it done. He's a man now. He's a professional now. You got to depend on yourself. Once he decided to opt out of pitch rest of the season, he became a man, and he's a professional. So nobody's perfect as a professional. We've all made mistakes as professionals. He just got to learn from it. If he look back on his life and say the worst thing he did was run a 4.940 so he didn't get drafted, so be it. That's the way you got to look at it now.
But worst thing he did was quit. Worst thing he did was quit on his teammates this past year. But other than the support, he would come in a distant second.
I'm not going to comment on that, but I will say this. When you go to college, you go to be a professional. You have a decision to make. Remember when Curtis Martin was coming out of college? There was things said about him. He shouldn't have left school early. He should have stayed in school. You got to bet on yourself. Curtis Martin's a Hall of Fame now.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
He's in one Hall of Fame at least.
Y'all need to get him in a Pittsburgh Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. Jim got that bass all the way through, man. That J stands for joke. That J on your cup stands for joke of a City League Hall of Fame. Put that joke down, man. Stop the hate.
Comment about something else?
For sure, Shaw. What's up?
Did you see what Alejandro Villanueva formerly tackled the Steelers, now tackles with the Baltimore Ravens, what he had to say about Juju and TikTok and the Steelers offense in regards to being a balanced, not being a balanced offense?
Yeah, you know what?
He was throwing Ben and Juju under the bus.
Yeah, he was.
What he say? I didn't hear. What he say?
I'm about to play it in a few minutes. I was going to show that, man. I was pretty shocked. I didn't think he had,
Well, Smokin' Jim, I don't want to give it away. I'll let you. If Luther can post what he said, I would rather you read what he said and go from there.
Oh, you know what?
Just say,
I'm about to show it now, Sean, because I think a lot of people maybe didn't hear it. So I'm gonna let this run real quick. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, here we go.
Making the TikToks and they're having fun on their social media. When you have a balanced offense or when you run the ball, it's obviously better for the offensive line. I'm assuming it's not as fun for the wide receivers because they're not getting all the catches. They're making the TikToks and they're having fun on their social media. When
you hear that, Jill? Did you hear it, Jill?
Yeah, I agree with him. Yeah, I agree with him 100%. Yeah.
That was a lot of hate coming from Villanueva, as I call him, Buminanueva. I guess the Ravens really don't care about Lamar Jackson's health too much. I mean, he's going to be running for his life. T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett against Villanueva. I don't get it. They trade away Brown and they bring back Villanueva. I don't get it. I think it's a bad move for the Ravens. I was very disappointed in them, but we'll see. And apparently, he must have some bad taste.
All I know is Highsmith is in for a long day against Villanueva.
Hey, look for them. We'll see. He may come back with a vengeance, and I'm sure T.J. Watt will switch to that side so he gets some sacks against Villanueva as well. He's a liability over there, horrible run blocker, and that's what they do for the Ravens. I don't see the fit.
You mean the guy that didn't miss a single game in the last 5 years and made 2 Pro Bowls? That Villanueva?
He shouldn't have made those Pro Bowls, and you and I both know it. He made it because he came out when everybody else stayed in the locker room. That's the only reason he made it. He didn't make it because his play.
I thought he made it because
every game
he made it because he didn't give up a sack. I thought he made it because he didn't give up a sack. That's why
Ask Myles Garrett about it. Ask Myles Garrett about him. A lot of guys like playing against Villanueva. It's a holding penalty or a sack fest.
What I don't get about Villanueva is you've never been a player to come out to, just talk. And usually, this comes from the Denver Broncos. Offensive lineman, you usually don't say nothing. You just go to work, do your work, and that's it. And one thing I've learned is people need better public relations, PR. Whoever's Villanueva public relations person, if he does have one, I know they're probably want to beat his butt because bulletin board material going into the season. And let's not forget, the Steelers are the defending division champions, not the Baltimore Ravens.
Right.
So I just don't get it. I hope it's just going to be interesting to see, because now, all leading up to the season, all everybody's going to ask about now is what Bill and the Waiver had to say about Juju, and they're going to throw Ben into it too. So we're going to see. It's going to be an interesting football season. I can't wait. When is it? May 12th? That's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
The NFL schedule comes out next week.
Yeah.
I know one thing. Still a Raven games. Those two games will be circled.
Oh, of course. It always, even before this, it always was circled.
Well,
the Steelers. Well, if you're really a Steeler fan, the only game you want to circle is Cincinnati, because Cleveland and Baltimore got your number.
Well,
a couple of things real quick. How are the umpires looking? I really haven't been following them. And how are the Penguins looking? I'm hearing that the Penguins, they may have one more running the cup than maybe this year.
Yeah, the Pens look good. They'll be in the playoffs, and they, every time you get in the NHL, you have a chance to win. As far as the Pirates, well, they're playing 500 ball, but look for them to fall off the face of the earth pretty soon. But they're playing 500 ball right now, but it's nothing to expect that to keep going. Pens, they have a very good chance of doing something in the playoffs once again. Sean, we lose you? Oh, okay.
And one more thing. Congratulations, Luther, on your son on his college selection. Like I said, I'll see you. I got something for your son in a couple months before he leaves for college. So congratulations to you and your wife on your son choosing what college he will be attending, and I'll be seeing you the next couple months before he leaves.
I appreciate that, Sean. Yeah, that's a blessing, man. Looking forward. I'm a Elizabeth City State University fan, North Carolina. So I'm excited about it. So it should be a good thing. It's always good when kids or people are doing success and having some success. So I'm happy about it. Appreciate that, Sean.
And one final question: what is he looking to major in?
Business. You got to be about the money. Got to be about starting your own business. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's the way we're looking. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. Hey, Sean, real quick before you go, we know you're a boxing fan, and there's a big fight, Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders, coming up this weekend. It was Ringgate. What are your thoughts? And it also appears that Tyson Fury, as I said, may have to fight Deontay Wilder. What are your thoughts on those two before you go?
Well, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on those two, and then I'm gonna give you a quick general thoughts on boxing in a whole.
Right.
One, I really haven't been following the Canelo Billy Joe fight. Canelo said he want to knock him out, so I don't know if I'm gonna tune in or not. But I would, if you are a boxing fan, I would tune in, because I think Canelo's really going to try to knock him out.
Right.
So that's my take on that. As far as Wilder and Fury, Bob Arum, older he gets, the more truthful he's becoming.
Right.
And listen to some of the things he said. If you can, listen to what he said about the women parties they had after the Thriller in Manila, after the Ali Frazier Thriller in Manila fight. So it's interesting to hear some of the things Bob Arum's saying, but he's telling the truth. And what I'm trying to get at is this. Money's an issue, and I guess the most money that they would make is in the Middle East. And I guess there's a conflict on what the numbers should be. And so that's the biggest holdup. And so on top of that, he may not be forced to fight Deontay Wilder. If I was Wilder, I wouldn't fight Fury right now. I kind of would try to sneak through the back door to fight Anthony Joshua. If you're really confident you could beat Joshua, and if you could knock Fury out the way and go beat Joshua, you could kind of one up Fury.
AJ will never fight Wilder. AJ already ducked Wilder. That's not going to happen, Sean. Come on, man. He's scared of Wilder.
That's the problem with boxing is that
there you go.
There's no cohesion. Like the fight everybody wants to see is Spence versus Bud Crawford. The issue is money, but the thing of it is, just look at it like this. Bob Arum overseas is in agreements with Tyson Fury and Bud Crawford.
Right.
Tyson Fury and Bud Crawford have really fought dub fights.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fought nobody. They really haven't fought nobody. And now, when it comes to Deontay Wilder, Al Heyman is the one who put that together pretty much, not Bob Arum. And now, with the Bud Crawford, Earl Spence fight everybody wants, it's now more issue with money. And when Bud's contract run out, is it easier to make the fight? So it's just boxing is just a numbers game. And if this Fury Joshua fight ain't showing, heck, go have it in Texas. They letting everybody in the stands down there. You'll get it.
Hey, you're right. Thank you, Sean. Hey, man, always appreciate the call, man.
All right, guys. And
I see you, Sean.
Just to give y'all a heads up, whenever Spence and Crawford fight, that fight will probably be either in Texas or Vegas because Crawford doesn't draw. I mean, he sells out in Nebraska.
Nowhere else.
Nebraska and Texas are two different things. Nebraska and Las Vegas are two different things. So it's going to be interesting to see. That's the fight I want to see. And, I'm not worried about the heavyweight. I just want to see Spence and Crawford and see what goes on with them two.
Okay. All right. Hey, Sean, appreciate the call, man. Stay safe out there. Keep saving lives and kissing babies, man.
Well, trying to, if people just stay safe on these highways,
Yeah.
All we can do, just hope people stay safe on the highways while they driving, guys.
All right, Sean. Always a pleasure, man. Thanks for calling,
Okay,
man.
guys, have a good one.
All right, you too.
Okay.
All right, peace. All right, he frees up a line. Again, give us a call. Lines are back open. 412-552-3043. Let's get into this. Now, you made a controversial post, Smokin' Jim. You said it, if they don't draft Najee Harris, the Steelers draft would be a failure. What are your thoughts? They did get him. So what are your thoughts? As we look at some highlights, we showed some before. What are your thoughts, man? Oh, hold on, let's get this call real quick. Caller, say your name, where you're calling from.
This is LD. I'm calling from Pittsburgh.
Hey, what's up, LD?
Oh, Did
any players from HBCUs get drafted?
Zero.
In the NFL?
Zero players got drafted from the HBCU.
No.
LD, you hear us?
That's unbelievable because they used to draft players from HBCUs all the time.
You're right. You're right. I don't get it. I have no idea why. It seems like it was a deliberate effort not to draft players. I know some HBCUs didn't play, but that's not a reason not to draft them. So what are your thoughts, LD?
But that's been that way for a number of years. They just don't even scout those guys.
Right. But at least there would be one or two drafted. Zero? That's crazy.
ALD. And then when they do draft players from a traditional black college like Darius Leonard from the Indianapolis Colts, they turn into the best linebacker in the NFL and on their way to the Hall of Fame. The best kept secret is the HBCUs and Samoan players. And the NFL seems to refuse to do either. There's a cornerback for North Carolina A&T named Matt McClain that would be an all-star in the National Football League, 4-year starter, fast, can cover like a blanket. I'm shocked nobody at least drafted him along with all the other talents in traditional black colleges. It's a shame, LD.
LD, you there?
Yeah. What do you guys think about the Steelers on getting rid of Edmund? The safety.
Get rid of who?
Edmonds, the safety.
They got rid of him. Good, did they? That's good news. Did they get rid of him, Lou?
They didn't bring him. They didn't sign him. They didn't bring him back for the 5th year.
He's coming back next year, this season, right or no?
I don't.
I just heard on the news they just said they didn't renew his contract.
Right. I thought he had one more year left.
Man. Oh, that's a great day. I always said only reason that kid got drafted in the first round because Coach Mike Tomlin went to the prom with his mom. You know, this guy was projected to be a 3rd or 4th round draft pick. He was only at the draft because his younger brother was a top 10 pick that year. And this man was in the bathroom stall when he got a call from the Steelers. It was the biggest shock in NFL history, man.
Oh, man, you ain't right, man.
The man is running back, brother. They're both useless.
Want to say it against LD?
Do you think the Steelers defense will be tough next year?
I think they'll be middle of the pack. Would you say, Jim?
Listen, they're gonna be soft and cheesy. You finally, after having Jarvis too slow Jones for 5 years, sucking up the money on your defense, you finally get a 6'4", 270-pound guy runs a 4.5 40, a wrecking machine like Bud Dupree, and you don't re-sign him. No, you're looking to be soft and cheesy on defense.
You know, I think they'll be middle of the pack. Last year, the defense, beginning of the year, when everybody was healthy, they were solid. This year, I don't like losing Mike Hilton. I don't like losing Bud Dupree, my cousin. You know, there's some things I don't like losing Nelson. You know, so there's a lot of moving parts that they have to replace. I think they'll be middle of the pack. Their offense is really going to have to pick it up this year because their defense won't be shutting teams down like they were. We don't know how Highsmith is going to do. I think he'll be better playing alongside of Watt, but he's not going to be Dupree just yet. So I think there's going to be drop-offs on the sacks, you know. But we do get the legend to be Devin Bush is coming back. So he makes all the calls, Smoking Jim. He's coming back with a vengeance. So I think we'll be a top 10 D, but not a top 5, top 10 defense. How about you, LD?
I think they'll struggle at the beginning of the year, but by the middle part of the year and the end of the year, I think they'll be really tough.
Okay.
And the running back they drafted, what do you guys think? Think it'll be tough? Harris, the running back.
Best running back to enter the NFL since Derrick Henry. This is a guy that reminds me of a young Franco Harris, the one before he started running out of bounds. Hey, listen, this guy's 6'3", 235 pounds. In high school, he ran for 9,000 yards. He's Alabama's all-time lead rusher. This guy got a great story. The only thing he can run, catch, block. He'll remind you a lot of Le'Veon Bell without all the rap music and TikTok. But the only thing I don't like about him is he's a black man that talks like a white man. I like to close my eyes and know I got Leroy is on the TV. He'll fool you when he talks and you ain't watching the TV. He talks just like he's a white man. But other than that, he's a steal. I love him. It's the best thing that could have happened in the draft for the Steelers.
I definitely like him, man. I think he's going to be terrific. I'm worried about the offensive line. We have so many new parts there. But as far as Najee Harris, I like everything about him. He's powerful. He'll be able to get the 3rd and 1s. He's a goal line guy. He can catch out of the backfield. He's just a tremendous player. It's a shame running backs or devalued. He shouldn't have lasted all the way down to the 24th pick. I think it was a steal. I love the pick, LD.
Yeah, because the Steelers, I hope they have a running game because the Ravens are really trying to give their quarterback some weapons.
Yeah, but I don't like what they did with their line. I don't like Villanueva for Lamar. I don't think he's going to do well over there.
And they're trying to get
ALD
Jones from Atlanta.
ALD. The Ravens also drafted the best blocking fullback in maybe in the history of football since Moose Johnson. Ben Mason out of Michigan. He's going to be opening holes for that running game. But my question for you and Luther, how long is it until the Pittsburgh Steelers get fat Zach Banner out of the starting lineup? That's going to be the key to the running game. Get that slob out of there. He's the only 400-pound pork chop eating guy I know that when he was at USC, he joined the Jewish fraternity. What black man that eat pork is involved in the Jewish fraternity? He should be kosher at least.
Listen, man, he had one game last year towards ACL. He had one game last year towards ACL. You're putting all that hate on him already. I think he'll be solid. He's been waiting his turn. Now he finally gets his turn. I think he'll do a nice job, man. He'll be all right over there, Smoker Jim. Stop that.
5'6" 40. Look, he runs a 5'6" 40.
That's why he's not playing wide receiver. We don't need him to run fast. We need him to block hard. We need him to block. That's what we need him for. He ain't running 40s.
He can barely bench press his weight.
We'll see what happens.
I can't wait for. You better get him out of there.
We'll see. I think he'll do a solid job. He can't do any worse than Villanueva last year.
The best thing that Zach Banner will be remembered for is getting buried in a piano case. That's about it. A 400-pounder out there at left tackle. Get out of here.
He'll be. I think he'll be all right, Smoker Jim. What do you think about him, LD?
He'll be all pro. Watch him be all pro.
Oh, all pro. Hey, LD, what about the linebackers that we got? Now that's something that we need some help with. What did you think about the linebackers?
I really can't answer that because the guys they drafted, I never even heard of. What do you guys think?
Smoker Jim, I'll turn that to you. What did you think about their linebacker?
Well, I tell you what, LD, they got Buddy Johnson from Texas A&M. We lose Bud, but we pick up a Buddy. Here's a guy that's only a 230-pound linebacker. Now, he likes to hit, but he's a little light in the butt, LT. But I tell you what, we got an absolute steal when we got Quincy Roach from Miami. Don't forget, this is a guy that played for 3 years at Temple. He was the ACC Player of the Year when he was at Temple. 26 career sacks at Temple. 6'3", 245 pounds. Outstanding. I don't know how he was available in the 6th round, but that guy has a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, I like him too. As we're looking at some of his highlights, Jim, he plays real fast. He gets to the quarterback quick. He's not real big, but he plays fast, and speed kills in this league as well, Smoker Jim. So I think he'll be solid. So you're not a big fan of Buddy, huh?
Well, Buddy's just a more physical Devin Bush. He's 230 pounds. I don't like Devin Bush.
Well, I don't know why. Devin Bush can't play. Not here.
Maybe he can play for Evans as strong safety. He's a strong safety. Listen, I don't want finesse guys in the middle. I want somebody that can take on the fullback and make bone-crushing hits like.
I don't care about bone crushing. Just make the plays, Jim. Just make the plays.
Spillane is my guy. Give me a
Just make the plays. See, that's the problem, Jim.
If
I just want a guy who's going to make the plays. Make the plays out of there.
If Spillane was black, he'd be a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's all I'm saying.
Jim, listen, he's going to get his chance to start, but last year he did some good things, but he gave up his shoulder trying to tackle Derrick Henry in the hole. And he came back, he wasn't right.
I tell you what, that'll be remembered forever in Steeler history. Name me one hit Devin Bush ever had all the way back to high school. I'll wait. You can include Michigan high school or the Steelers. They get to have a big hit.
Listen, I just want him to make the plays.
Sure.
Just make the
plays. He ain't no bulldog.
Hey, just before I go, what do you guys think about the punter they drafted? I'm going to hang up. I want to listen to your answers.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the call, LD. Always a pleasure. All right. So, Jim, what did you think about the punter? They got a black punter.
The Steelers had a chance to do the right thing by drafting a white punter. No, they go draft a fat black punter. Hey, listen, I watched Georgia Tech last year. The one thing that no black guy can do, and that is hold for extra points and field goals, because we don't want our finger get. Georgia Tech had more blocks and missed field goals because this black man would not hold that ball right. He in trouble.
You're a mess,
He's 10 pounds away from not being able to lift his foot in the air. Get out of here, man. That was a wasted pick. I don't understand that.
Hey, listen, the punt game wasn't great. He's a huge guy back there, Jim. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people have seen him, but he's a big guy back there. It's a 7th round pick. Our punt game wasn't real good last year. So if he's able to, take over that'd be great. Look at him. He's huge back there, Jim. Even without pads, he looks huge. Look at him.
What a slob.
But look, he can even throw, Jim. He can even throw. Look at that. Is he a center or is he a punter? He won the Ray Guy Award. Jim, come on, look at that, man. Yeah, I mean, he can punt. We can slide him to the line even if need be. But he's a big guy, man. He can punt that ball. 263 pounds. Come on. Then if somebody gets away, they'll be running out of bounds. They don't want to get hit by this big man. So, I don't know, Jim. We got to see, man. We'll see. But what about Loudermouth, Jim? What's his situation?
Man, what a great athlete. Another guy from Wisconsin, man. 6'6", 6'7", 293 pounds. You got to love his size. In high school, he was a football player, basketball player, baseball player, and he was a shot putter champion in track. His dad was a Division I football player for Creighton. And I know you know them colleges, Lou. But I tell you what, this guy, he was the only guy I know in Wisconsin that never visited the weight room. You know what I mean? He's not strong. He's pretty agile, Lou. You know what I mean? He runs he runs good. He runs well. I'm sick and tired. I done watched every game he ever played. Well, he's only a 2.5-year starter, but I watched all them games. Lou, I'm tired of this guy diving at somebody's ankle. I like to see him just run through a tackle with some training and some coaching. The Pittsburgh Steelers got a pretty good player, but I'm not surprised he was still there in middle rounds because he just wasn't a finisher in terms of tackles, always flopping at somebody's knees and ankle, man, instead of running through them. But he got a chance to be good. Get him in the weight room. Get him with James Harrison in the weight room. Get him a little stronger. And the Steelers could have something in the future.
All right, Jim, there's a question. Why does Jim hate Bush? He a beast. Okay.
Who? Devin Bush?
I guess that's the only Bush we got on the team, Jim. Yeah, Devin Bush.
Oh, man. Well, first of all, the guy's 5'11" and can't cover any tight ends. He got beat by every tight end in the league when he was a
Not true.
rookie. He
Fake
can't
news.
cover. He gave up a lot of touchdowns to tight ends. Number two, he's a finesse player. He's never seen a tackle he really wanted to make. I like explosive, middle linebackers. I like linebackers to take your head off. Listen, he's a liability in the middle. I don't know why they trade up to get him. I like Bush in this past draft as a guy that we could have traded to another team and moved up and got a quality player. That's what I wanted from Bush. The guy's getting ready to get exposed. He had one career interception at Michigan. They
And he
drafted
broke
him
that.
to be
He
the
broke
next.
that his rookie year with the Steelers.
They drafted him to be the next Shazier. You know, and I know he ain't no Shazier. Shazier was a great player. He ain't no Shazier, and that's why I don't like him. Didn't like his dad. Didn't like his dad that much. I wasn't a fan of his dad.
Oh,
And
see,
his
that's
daddy
where it all
was better.
goes
And
back.
his
His dad
daddy,
took
and
one of
his
your
daddy
ladies,
was
Bill.
better than him. And his,
Stop. All right, we got
his
another.
daddy was better than him.
We got another one. Will Kendrick Green start at center? All right.
It's a beast.
So that's
We gotta steal.
Illinois. What you
We
think?
gotta steal. You know what I mean? He got to learn the center position. He only had 4 games there, but the guy looks like Pouncey. He got
Yes.
Pouncey's demeanor. He lives in the weight room. He's tough. He's mean. He loves the game of football. We got to steal in the 3rd round in Kendrick Green.
I like that pick. And like you said, he's the type, if he sees Myles Garrett throwing helmets, he's going to go in there, blast it away like Pouncey did. He's nasty, has that mean streak in him. I think he's going to be good. Like you said, Jim, definitely a steal, solid player. I like the draft.
Well, I think Kendrick Green is a little smarter than Pouncey because if he sees Myles Garrett throw the helmet, he'll go punch Mason Rudolph for dropping the N-word. That's what he'll do.
I think he'll go after Garrett's knees. Maybe take him out for the season. Like DeCastro did Pouncey a couple years ago. That's what I think could happen. Hey, we got another call. Let's see what we got on the phone. Oh, we got my man Stack. What's going on, man? Thanks for calling the show.
Oh, definitely. What's going on with y'all?
Oh, man, just excited about this draft, man. Finally got to hear my man Stack. The authority. The authority's in the house. What's up, Stack?
Not much. I see Smoking Jim still on Bush.
Oh, man. I don't know what it is. I like Bush. Man, I liked him at Michigan. I liked him with the Steelers. And the defense fell apart once the captain left and wasn't making the calls, Jim. They still were holding on after Duke.
Yeah, they won 7 more games in a row. Yeah, they won 7 more games in a row. They really
No, they did not.
Apart.
No, they did not. No, they did not. The drop-off started when he fell off. Stop it, Jim. That hate is wrong, man. Stop that hate.
You know what's funny? Smoking Jim, like he likes Gomer Powell, aka Al going away.
Right, exactly.
Gomer Powell. I'm glad Gomer Powell's out of here.
Oh man, he left the same way he played here. He was just a hater. He wasn't a team player. Who goes to the Ravens and starts talking about we got a balanced offense? We don't got to worry about receivers getting stats and making TikTok videos. Meanwhile, there's 20 of them with him in the TikTok videos. He's a hypocrite. He's fake. I'm about to play one now where he's in there dancing with his non-rhythmic play. No rhythm dancing, no rhythm blocking. I never liked Villanueva. He looks better going. No respect for that man at all.
You know you're talking about a war veteran.
He's a fake war veteran. I don't believe it.
He's a war hero.
Gomer Powell. I like that. I like that stack. He's Gomer Powell.
Hey, Stack. He went 5 years without missing the game to injury and went to true Pro Bowl. So that's pretty good.
And he won a bunch of games with giving up a sack or 2 holding penalties.
But
that's a fact as well.
Y'all like fat Zach Banner, who's 400 pounds, and this man, when he was at USC, joined a Jewish fraternity. I ain't never heard of nothing like that in my life. Give up that.
I don't care what I don't select guys because of their fraternity, Jim. If that was the case, we wouldn't have got you on board, Jim. Come on, man. I don't care what fraternity he is in. As long as he can stop Miles Garrett and these guys from killing Ben, I'm good. Open some holes up for the Hall of Fame, future Hall of Fame running back we got. I'm good. Zach Banner's going to be a solid player, Jim.
Yeah, that 5'6" 40 is going to help in that area.
We don't need him picking up the ball and running. I just want him blocking.
No, I just want him in the weight room. He can't even bench press his weight.
Oh, man. Stat, what's your thoughts, man? It was a hating.
As far as Zach Banner, I don't know. It's a wait and see. He did pretty good 2 years ago when they brought him in on those runs. You know, they brought him in as that extra tight end. He did pretty good.
Right.
So,
all he did was run past blocks. He was in the end zone before the running back. He never hit nobody. Name one hit.
Man, he was opening holes, Jim, when they would bring him in, man.
He was running. He was running to the end zone with his 5'6" 40.
That's potatoes football. That's the meat and potatoes football.
Exactly. I hope Ben lets him do it. Matt Canada, we know about his offense. You know, a lot of play action. He does run the ball. We'll see how much influence he has, or if it's still all Ben all the time. What Ben wants, Ben gets. I hope it's more Matt Canada and more Najee Harris. But we'll see. It's still yet to be seen.
I'm wondering if Ben looked at his backs and was like, I gotta throw the ball. I mean, because he has a bona fide back now. Like he has. Najee Harris isn't a speed guy, but he gets the tough yards.
Right.
He finds holes.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss the open hole like some of our other backs did. You know, after Bell left.
All of them. Yeah, all of them. You know, the more pressing question: who's all getting cut? We know Najee Harris is going to be on the team. Does Snell stay on the team? We know Samuels is probably gone already. But is McFarland going to make the team? Snell, who knows?
I tell you what, we need 2 backs. I'm not giving up on Wonderlick McFarland. I just think he had a hard time learning the playbook. This guy got all the intangibles to be a good running back, man. You know what I mean?
Wonderlick.
I look for Wonderlick to do well this year.
Wonderlick. He didn't have a full off season, Smoking Jim. He knows that playbook forwards and backwards now. Wait till you see that 4-2 get busy. Wonderlick. Smoking Jim said that. Don't come after me with that mess.
There's a rumor. Someone told me that Jalen Samuels was seen driving on I-95 south in North Carolina these days. I think you know.
Oh man. You always get him started, Smoking Jim.
Hey, Stack. What do you think of Baby Gronk? We finally got a tight end, baby.
What you say?
Say it again, Jimmy.
Baby Gronk. What do you think of Baby Gronk? We finally got a tight end, baby.
Yeah, that pick surprised me.
Yes.
I thought they was going to go straight meat and potatoes for the first 3 picks, meaning, Najee Harris, any combination of 2 linemen, 1 running back. You know what I mean? But that shocked me. I like Farley. I just didn't expect him. I didn't expect that pick. So I'm good with it.
Well, the Steelers did get some meat in the 4th round, Dan Moore Jr., but he ain't got no potatoes. Throw him in with the other bum offensive tackles, man.
Yeah, you're a mess.
Dan Moore Jr.
By his tape, I'm not going to judge him yet because remember, That RPO offense at Texas A&M. So he caught, he didn't just fire block a lot. He had to, catch his block sometimes, So it's kind of hard to read him. But the third round, the lineman from Illinois, yeah, I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah, Kendrick Green.
I love Kendrick Green. That was a steal. I agree. Yeah. The first three picks were all great, and then the Steelers took day 2 and 3 off.
The
third day, the Pittsburgh Steelers took that day off.
Listen, man, Quincy Miami is solid.
Give me a break.
Listen, Buddy Johnson. What's wrong with Buddy Johnson, Jim?
He's 229 pounds, man. What are he gonna do at 229? When they gonna move the free
guys can't put up weight. Guys can't put on weight. We've had linebackers play 230.
Again, Buddy was a 3-star recruit coming out of high school, and he still only got 3 stars.
Who was the boy from Michigan we had a couple years ago? Larry Foote was a small guy.
Who you like Larry Foote for what?
I'm saying he wasn't a bum. He wasn't a bum. I'm just saying you are like, he's under 240.
12 people had to get hurt for Larry Foote to get in there. Kendrell Bell, they was begging Kendrell Bell to come back out retirement.
We get a solid job. Stop that hate, man. I'm not going. I like the way he hits. When he talks, he got a lot of heart. I like the way he brings it when he comes in the lane. Come on, man.
I like Buddy too. Is he Buddy Brio? He's an inside linebacker at 229 pounds. Come on, I like him too. He was third team all SEC. Yeah, I like him too. Honorable mention.
The guy from Michigan State and Mark Gilbert.
Jim, what do you think about the corners they got in the free agent market?
Well, first of all, they got the guy that had hip replacement surgery, Mark Gilbert. Now, I like his uncle and his brother. Yeah, you know what I mean? Just because you're from Aliquippa don't mean you can play cornerback when you got a walker. You know what I mean?
You ain't right, man.
The Steelers do anything for publicity. I want to see a white cornerback in the National Football League. I don't like all this reverse discrimination going on. You know what I mean? The cornerback they got from Oklahoma, this is a guy, Trey Norwood. If you watch film on him, first of all, he ain't covered nobody yet. I think all the games was 75, 74. Every interception I seen, this guy either took a knee, ran out of bounds. One time he had a touchdown. All he had to be was the quarterback, and he runs out of bounds. He runs a 4.6 40. Only guy he can outrun in the National Football League is Paris Ford. Hey, listen, you can't play.
You ain't right.
You can't play corner in this league. I'm not impressed. Never should have got drafted. The Pittsburgh Steelers is hurting that corner stack. You got 6'4", 150-pound Justin Two Gun Lane that got caught with illegal guns, illegal drugs, and no driver's license. You know what I mean? That's your future at cornerback. Give me a break. Kevin Colbert cannot draft corners. Who was that midget they drafted out of Mississippi? Gloston or whatever? That was in the second round a few years back.
I thought he was going to
break, man. This is just another.
But
this is just another.
Look at these plays. He's, Trey has some skills back there, man.
Where?
Look at those skills. Look at that
highlight. That's
look at his highlights.
You showing me his highlights here?
Look against Florida. Look at that. Look at that pick. Come on, man.
Rob Woodson is shutting off the TV right now. Elon Sanders is shutting it off. This is the man's 4-year highlight.
It's kind of hard to draft a corner when you're always drafting late.
Right.
You're not going to get the Patrick Surtains of the world. You're not going to get them in
my
the
goodness.
late 20s.
That's a fact. That's
when
a
was
fact.
Sherman? What round was Sherman drafted from Seattle? What round was that? What round was Mel Blount drafted? Third round. Come on.
Oh,
man.
you're going way
You
back.
know
You're
better.
picking out anomaly. You're picking out guys 1 in a million. Come on,
Hey,
Jim.
Hey, Stack. No, I'm picking guys that's there every year. Hey, Stack.
Yeah.
North Carolina A&T had a cornerback that should have been a first-round draft choice by the name of Mac McClain. This is a guy that went undrafted. The Steelers could have drafted him in the 7th round instead of a punter. We got Ike Taylor in the 4th round. Come on, they're still available. Either you know talent or you can't. Either you can develop talent or you can't. I've been saying for years, I would draft wide receivers and convert them to wide receivers like the cornerbacks like they did Mel Renfro and Lim Barney and all those guys when black people couldn't play offense. If you can coach them up, why have 4 or 5 receivers when you can take one of them receivers and convert them to a defensive back? But they got rid of the best defensive back coach they ever had in Bradley and picked up Greedy Brady. Who can't coach?
You might be right about that. I don't know. That's a little over my head. I'll trust you on that. You know what I mean? I don't know, but.
Well, nobody wanted to draft Matt McClain.
You might be 100% correct, Smoking Jim. You know that stuff more. You've been around a lot longer.
Hey, Stat, we're out of time, man.
You on the show more often.
Yeah, Stat, we definitely got to get you to call on the show more often. We out of time, though. Hey, appreciate the call, Stat. All right, man. Be safe, man. All right, later. Hey, Jim, another last comment before we get out of here, Jim. Frank Jackson says, stop hating, Jim. I completely agree, Jim. You've been talking a whole lot of stuff. We have 2 minutes as we wrap up. What do you give this draft, Smoking Jim? If you gave it a grade.
One, I give Stack an A for the call because he agreed with me. But if you include the entire off season, along with losing Bud Dupree, Mike Hilton, along with firing offensive line coach
Jim,
and picking up his coffee boy, I have to rate this draft a D.
Just the draft. So you give this draft a D. Just the draft, not the offseason, just the draft, who they picked to where, a D. You know what? Listen, I give it a
dumpling eating punter.
Oh, gosh. I give it a solid B. You know, because I think these guys are going to make big dividends. Najee Harris, a starting running back. I think we got a center, and we might have a guard. So 3 guys. And I think 2 linebackers will be in rotation with Highsmith and T.J. Watt. You know, as far as corners and safeties, I don't agree. Hey, but that's our time, Jim. Thanks for all the calls. Check out everybody next month, sesportsworld.com. Peace.